Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cynthia here. Welcome if it's your first time here. Welcome to the family. I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be showing you how you can shop secondhand clothes like a boss, because you a boss, with my 10 charity shop tips and tricks. So guys, you know that I am a self-confessed and self-crowned charity shop queen, and I love the charity shops. Literally, there are so many gems in there that people are missing just because they think charity shops are just old clothes. No, there's some old clothes, but there are some absolute brilliant gems in there. And from my years and years and years of charity shopping, I have learned loads of things, I've picked up loads of tips, and I want to impart that wisdom onto you so you can love charity shopping as much as I do, and that you can get the bargains that I get as well. And so, you know, that you come out there like a boss with your bargains. So I'm so excited to share these tips and tricks with you. So get your pen, get your paper, and get ready. But before you even do that, if you are watching my video for the first time, you are so welcome here. Hello, welcome to the family, as I said before. But please help me out and subscribe to my channel. Press the subscription box, it's not a box, it's a clicky thing. Anyway, press the subscription button and make sure you put the bell notification on as well so that you get reminded whenever I post a video. I post a new video each week, and I just love making these videos with you. So I would love it if you joined my channel and joined the fambo. You're so welcome. Right, let's get started. First tip is to make a list. Make a list, check it twice. Da, 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 da. If you've been naughty or nice. That was a proper remix of like a Christmas tune. What am I doing in April singing Christmas songs? Anyway, so the first and foremost thing that you need to do is to make a list. I always talk about this. It's so important to have a list of what you want and what you're looking for. Because if you go into the charity shop blind, my friend, you're not going to find what you're looking for. If it's summer stuff, what are you looking for? Are you looking for skinny jeans? Are you looking for flare jeans? Are you looking for a puffer jacket? What are you looking for? And then it helps you because your eyes will guide towards what you're looking for. You know, if you know that you're looking for like a white t-shirt, you know, some charity shops, they color coordinate their clothes. So then you can just directly go straight to like the white tops and see what you're looking for. So I think it's so important to write that list, and then you don't end up spending money on things that you weren't actually looking for, but you spend it on things that you actually want, and it makes it so much easier to find those bargains in the charity shop. Number 2 is knowing where to shop. Yes, there are plenty of charity shops out there, but there's only a few that really have good items and things that you're actually going to find bargains in, because sometimes some charity shops, it takes time. And if you're not seasoned like some of us, it's going to take you a while to find something, and then you might feel actually quite overwhelmed if you don't go into the right shop. So there are charity shops that people know of, such as Bernardo's, such as Oxfam, and you kind of know already in your head when you're going into there, because they're well known and you know they have a lot of like new stuff as well. You know you're always going to find something good in there. But something else to consider is where you shop as well. That's really important. If you go to a charity shop based in affluent areas, you're probably going to find clothing that's in better condition, probably maybe designer, and that's because obviously if it's an affluent area, when they're giving away their clothes to charity shops, they're giving really good stuff away. So that's something to consider when going to charity shops. So knowing where to go will really help you to make sure that you find good items, that you get a bargain, and you're not spending too long going to this charity shop and that charity shop. So it will take you some time to figure out, depending on where your area is, which are the best charity shops. I'm definitely going to do a video of the best charity shops in Liverpool if you're based here, because I think that will really help you out instead of kind of going to charity shops where you might not find the best secondhand clothes. Number 3, know what brands to buy and what brands not to buy. I've learned this a lot. I know that such things as, you know, cheaper brands, cheaper high street brands. One example is Primark. You know, when you buy it, some of the things are really good quality, some of the things are good, but a lot of the things, I would say, after you've worn it quite a few times and it's gone through washes, it isn't always the best quality when it's secondhand. So I would say, you know, try and avoid Primark stuff unless it's new. or unless you really inspect it and you see the quality is really good. There's a lot of high street brands, top high street brands that, you know, when they have a second life that are really good, such as Zara, such as H&M, such as COS, and obviously designer garments as well. They usually last the test of time. So when you're shopping, when you're in the charity shops looking through and you're looking for your jeans, I would say look out for those high street top brands and designer brands. You're probably going to get a better quality secondhand item. And also another thing, part B of this, is knowing what not to buy in charity shop. For me personally, there's certain things I don't usually buy in the charity shop, which is underwear, pajamas, swimwear, and usually shoes as well. It really does depend on the shoes. If it looks like it's been worn quite a lot, personally, I don't really buy them. Sometimes some people do, which is totally fine. But I think it's being aware of the things not to buy. I think underwear and swimsuits and pajamas are usually things to avoid. Unless they're in new packaging, not being touched at all, then it's worthwhile kind of thing. So to know what brands to buy, what brands not to buy, and also what not to buy at charity shops will really help you get those bargains. Number 4, check for stains, check for rips, and all those kind of things. Sometimes there's been times before where I have just been swayed over by this garment that's like £5, but it looks great. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to get that. And sometimes some charity shops have changing places and some of them don't. And obviously with COVID and everything, you know, there isn't anywhere to try on clothes and you're not really allowed. So sometimes I've bought stuff and not really checked it over properly. And then I've brought it home and realized there's either a stain here or something there. So important things to check when you're looking at garments in charity shops is to look at stains around the neck, under the armpits, and also look for seams or loose buttons as well. That will tell you kind of how worn the item is. So if there's stains under the armpits and on the neck as well, those are the things to look out for when you're looking at secondhand items in the charity shops. Make sure you check if there's any damages, if there's any stains, because that might sway you from buying the item. Another charity shop hack is when you're going shopping to wear leggings and easy slip-on, slip-off shoes. This really helps. Obviously, with, as I mentioned before, with COVID in shops and even in charity shops, you're not allowed to try clothes on. But maybe in the future when we do, one thing really good, you know, if you're going shopping, you've made a plan, you're like, today, I'm going to find my bargains, I'm going to go charity shopping, then I would say wear appropriate. Wear leggings, so it makes it really easy. If you want to try on jeans, then you just kind of slip that over your leggings. And obviously with shoes as well, if you've got trainers on, it makes it so much more difficult to kind of take the trainers off, put it back on, and it just gets really tiresome and long. And if you've just been to one charity shop, you're done and dusted for the day. With charity shopping, you need to go to at least a few to really get those good bargains. One hack to always remember: wear leggings, wear easy slip-on, slip-off shoes. That will really help you when you go charity shopping. Number 6. Another thing to be aware of when you're shopping for secondhand clothing is sizing. Because obviously if somebody has worn it before, it probably has stretched. It probably is a little bit more looser than it usually would. Sometimes I find, usually at the top, I wear a 10, sometimes an 8, depending on what the t-shirt is or what the item is. But sometimes when I go charity shopping, I'd probably sway towards more of an 8. Unless it's a new item, then I'd go for a 10, because obviously if somebody has worn it already, they've kind of stretched it out, it's been washed, so it's probably more likely to fit into a smaller size than your usual size when you're shopping secondhand. So just be aware of that. You know, when you pick an item up and it's maybe your usual size, you can see that it's been worn a few times, but it's still good quality. I would say get probably a size down if you can. If you can't, you can always kind of, you know, like sew it in or something along those lines. But that's something to be aware of when you're going charity shopping, to think, you know, sizing will be a little bit different. Maybe what usually fits you won't always fit you. So go either a size down, or just be aware it won't be as tight fitting if you get your usual size. So something to bear in mind. Number 7. So you've bought your item, but there might be a little bit of a smell. So sometimes there is, I'll put my hand up, sometimes there is things that you buy from charity shop that has a bit of a smell. A lot of the times, if you just throw it in the washing machine with a good conditioner, the smell is gone. But it's just something to be aware of when you are shopping secondhand. There might be a bit of a smell to it, but that can easily be taken away by a wash, usually in your first wash. If not, something that actually works is mixing vodka with water and either spraying the cloth with it and letting it dry. That usually actually takes that smell away if like your first wash doesn't. You found that perfect item. Don't be put off if it smells a little bit old, a little bit rusty. It will definitely be able to be taken away. So remember that tip, vodka and water, or just throw it in with a good conditioner and it'll be good as new. Number 8, this is the biggest tip for you if you are secondhand shopping in charity shops, is patience. Patience, guys, patience. It is so important to be patient because unlike normal shops, you're not always going to find what you want immediately, and you will have to kind of, sift through a few things. So before you enter into that charity shop, just take a breath and be like, okay, I'm going to find my gem. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to find it. And I think for the first few times, if you've not been charity shopping before, it will be a little bit overwhelming. But once you get used to it and once you have your list, it will be really easy for you to find what you're looking for or find that bargain. So patience is something that's so important because, it will take a little bit of sifting, a little bit of looking around, a little bit of knowing where to go. Have patience when you are shopping secondhand. It's not as easy when you're shopping usual clothes, but I'm telling you, it will be worth it. Number 9, we're nearly there, guys. Number 9 is be open-minded. Yes, charity shops are not like normal shops, so you're not always going to see the gleamiest, the flashiest, and the trendiest things, but be open-minded to things. I found that I've bought a lot of things that I wasn't 100% sure of, but I thought, let me give it a go, kind of thing. And for me, a lot of the times, if it doesn't work out, either maybe there's somebody else in mind that I could give it to, or I kind of give it back to charity again. And because a lot of times, a lot of charity shops, you can get refunds for your clothing, which isn't a problem. I put my hand up, I've done it before. Okay, there's no point of me having clothes in my cupboard that's not going to work out if I can give it back to them and they can resell it to somebody else. So be open-minded whenever you're shopping secondhand clothing, specifically also in charity shops. Also, another thing to add on to that is you might find an item, but it might not be the finished piece. So you can always make it unique. You can always add something a little bit different to make it perfect for you. So whether it's like a blazer that you've got that is good, but you think, oh, there could be something more to it, you could always change the buttons up, add something a bit unique, a bit different. So, be open-minded to items that you find, be open-minded to, fashion pieces that you've never thought about wearing before. I feel like the charity shop really opens you up. So always remember, be open-minded. And number 10, don't forget to check the men's section. This is a biggie. A lot of the times I always go to women's and men because I've always find some really good bargains there. Sometimes men is a little bit cheaper than women's. And obviously it's not as a bigger range as women. So you're easily able to find things. Like I've bought a lot of men's t-shirts for myself as well because I quite like men's t-shirts because they're not, if I'm looking for something that's a bit more loose fitting, then, I'm always going to find something good in there. But there's always some sort of gems in there, whether it's a shirt or a t-shirt or even a hat or bags. So it's always worthwhile whenever you go into a charity shop and you're looking for secondhand clothing, don't miss the men's section. It is really good. You might find something unique there. You might find something for you, or you might find something for somebody else as well. So always check the men's section. And that's it, guys. Those are my top tips and tricks when shopping secondhand at charity shops. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, do you use any of these tips? Have you used them? Are you a charity shopper? Are you going to be a charity shopper now? Now with the shops opening, I think it's so great to go and explore charity shops. And because everyone would have, spring cleaned their cupboards, so there is loads of things waiting just for you. So make sure you check it out. And if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I super appreciate it. And subscribe. Lovely people. It's been so good talking to you. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next video. Have a blessed day.